All right, guys. This is John Lee Hilliard from JT's Vending. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So this video will be covering our ASIR program. So our ASIR program. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit excited to talk about it because one, I grew up. You guys know my story. Like, I grew up struggling. I grew up in poverty, government assistance, government housing, sleeping on making pallets, sleeping on the floor. And I just had such a rough time. And as a kid, you don't understand why. But as a full grown adult, I began to understand. So now we have, I'll give you a little bit of history on this ASIR program, the name in general. So the ASIR program is short for a step into reality. I actually was working on this program with a young lady when I was in corrections. Me and her actually was working on setting up a program for young men and women young boys and girls, actually, like under the age of 17, who were struggling in society, struggling to.
Hi, this is Taylor from JT's Vending. Wanted to encourage you with the end of the year of 2023 coming up to look back at your 2023 finances. Do you want to be where you are now? If the answer is no, let us help you. Let your 2024 finances be the new you.
Just to get out of their environment. And a step into reality was to show young boys and girls how the world really works. My rabbi does that. Rabbi Daniel Labin, he does that, and I like it. But anyway, so it was to show the young girls and boys how the world really worked, and it kind of dissipated for several years, like trying to tweak it, and I was traveling and I was trying to build something, and it kind of dissipated. But now that I'm back here in Memphis or Bartlett, we've set roots now so that I can begin to work with different organizations that can help me serve the young men and women in the community. And the whole goal is to show them that there is a better way to live. There is something better than becoming a product of your environment. And by me growing up in that same kind of environment, I understand the back and forth pull with trying to do these things and not be considered this, and trying to fit in and trying to not be made fun of. So I understand that back and forth. But yeah, the program, it was always designed to help young girls and boys. So our motto here at JT's Vending for our ASIR program is we prepare your child for the road, not the road for your child. We make sure that when your child leaves our program, and each child normally gets 4 sessions a month, a 1 month program, and we try to make sure that every session is so impactful that the child thinks about nothing else other than serving as many people as possible in the community so that they can be a wealth. So, we teach from an aspect of serving, but it all boils down to trying to indoctrinate your child on the correct way to handle money, to handle a budget. And what I've been seeing here, and you guys been seeing it as well, it's a lot of the crime in Memphis is, I feel it's a symptom. It's a symptom of the actual problem. The problem is that a lot of people are broke. A lot of people have low income, are broke, no work ethic, no money at all, and therefore when you start to see other people that look like they have wealth or look like they have something, and you have now you have that entitlement like upbringing, you go out and take. So, you know, the crime in Memphis is only a symptom of the actual problem. So our goal here at JT's Vending is to try to push the help young men and women build the financial aptitude so that they won't have to do those things. And the goal is to catch them as young as they can understand it and comprehend finances, budgeting, money in general, because you don't want them continue to grow up thinking that you have to spend all your money to look fake rich, and then they end up real broke at 20, 25 years old with literally nothing. Can't pay bills, begging mom and dad to give them some money every month. And only reason I'm saying this stuff because I did it. And it happened to me. I was broke. I begged my daddy so much for money, like, I know he was sick of me. I know he was. But anyway, sorry I got sidetracked. But our ASIR program, it's all we do is do every Saturday for 2 hours, and we're thinking about increasing it, but we're workshopping that. But 2 hours, we take a group of children and we have a fully interactive financial class, and we start by we have like we have do I have them? We have financial like quizzes and little open class quizzes, open class tests that we use for the entire class. And then we have our story. We read from our story time collection from Dave Ramsey, which is like a bunch of money scenarios, and we talk to the children and try to get the best feedback from each scenario in the story time collection. And then we have what I like is it's called Accurate Wage by Dave Ramsey. It's essentially, if you guys grew up playing Monopoly, it's Monopoly, but with an advantage of teaching them actual money habits and values. It teaches, every time you come around the board, like kind of like every 2 weeks it's payday. And then it teaches them how to budget in between the 2 weeks for your car breaking down and stuff going wrong. And then it's an amazing game. I can't fully explain it on here, but if you guys would see it, you would be like, really? That's a real game, and we love it. We started with some of my son's friends, with those young men, and I think they had fun because we put a twist on it. If you can beat me in the game, you get $25. So we offered that, and we just had a blast with those young men. And that's all we're trying to do, because I'm trying to get out there to our community. I'm not even trying, my neighborhood and my community is what I'm trying to address right now. And we want to get out there, if you guys know Sir Patrick Henry, he was one of the founding fathers. He was one of the founding fathers of the United States. He the one spoke at the second conference in Virginia. And he said, he made the statement, give us liberty or give us death. And, but here at JT's Vending, we say, give us financial literacy or give us death, because that is what will happen and continue to happen with after each and every generation if no one decides to be better with their finances. No one decides to budget. If you decide not to give your child, so if you can't teach your child how to budget, that's fine. That's what we're here to do. And we're trying to get it to where we have full sponsorship for as many children as possible so that we can take that burden off the ones who can afford it. Our goal is to try to incorporate parents and children into into the simple understanding of personal finances, that your child will, I mean, it will change their life if they can change their mindset around money at a young age. If they can understand that they do not have to spend money that they don't have, to buy things that they don't need to try to impress people they don't even know or like. If they can grasp that concept at 8, 9, 10 years old, because some, girls are a lot more mature, but there's some mature boys out there, 8, 9 years old. But my thing is, if they can grasp that concept at a young age, think of how much control of their lives they can have if they can get their finances in order to where they don't have to suffer or beg for someone to do something for them. So essentially, it's giving your child more options and as they get older. Because if they can discipline themselves at a young age, they can control their personal finances. Therefore, they have more control over their money as they make money and as they get older. So then, when it comes down to things that they want to do, they can afford to do them without being financially stressed or worried. And that creates that will, by them learning that skill at such a young age, when they become adults, now it then breaks the cycle of generational poverty, because will do that child will not do anything inconsistent with what they've been taught as a child. So when they grow up to become adults, they stick to a budget, they're teaching their children, and now you have this generational wealth building tool that all it started with was teaching your child how to set a budget, how to be disciplined enough to stick to a budget when they set it, how to earn money, how know where money comes from. And that's all JT's Vending wants to do. We want to plant that seed in your child so they can know they can earn money just like anyone else, and to teach them where money comes from. And that instills in them a sense of control of their own life. And that, I'm telling you, like, I see a difference in my own 12-year old. Even my 2-year old, when she's working, she thinks to her she's having fun, but she don't realize she's working. But by the time she do realize it, she'll be done it so much it'll be a habit. But you do see a difference in children when they become more involved in their lives. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe to our channel. It is kid friendly. We have a few videos that we don't use vulgar language, but we talk about topics that children typically don't know about or should know about at an early age. But for the most part, I have videos about vending machines, my son restocking, stuff like that. You and your child can watch together. And if you want to, put your child in our ASIR program, and then for 1 month, and then after that, if your child is like, okay, your child's 17, 18, and they go, oh, I want to do vending machines, then you can also come back with them, and we will, through our prosperity program for abundance, and set an appointment for us to come out and help you and your child learn how to do a budget so that you can use that money to do vending machines. And our whole goal is to just try to plant that seed of financial literacy, help people build their financial aptitude, and to try to help the young men and women of our community in our city. So guys, thank you so much for watching our videos, watching this far. Please like, share, and subscribe. And you guys have a blessed day. Au revoir. A bientôt.